So, Channel Factory, we're a service and technology company, and our technology pulls in YouTube data, and we do so because we're a YouTube measurement program partner. So we partner with YouTube and Google, and they give us access to their data on YouTube. And the data is insanely vast. And we're talking 20 to 30 million channels and creators, each with hundreds, if not thousands of videos. So it is just a sea of content. And what we're able to do, looking at tags, titles, metadata, transcripts, sentiment, and other different data signals, we're able to understand each video and the corresponding channels. And when you do that, if you have contextual understanding of videos and channels, then you're able to ensure that a brand is not running an ad next to content that is not right for their ad, not suitable, not safe, as the terms go now in 2020 and 2021. But in addition to playing defense, avoiding content that's not suitable for a client, we can also find the best content for that client to make sure the mindset is correct. So, for instance, if a client is sponsoring baseball, we can surround baseball content to help amplify their investment in Major League Baseball. If a client is selling a DIY home improvement product, we can make sure that their ad is within DIY content when they're in that mindset. And you can look at any number of brand lift studies and studies alike, and contextual alignment and synergies with advertising increases the impact in the neighborhood of 50%. So that's an example of what we're doing on YouTube with contextual targeting.
Jed, tell us how you guys work with the buy side, with agencies, not to get too deep into the ad ops, but how does the process work?
Sure. So we work in some way with all major holding companies and many, many non-holding companies. And the way the process works, it can be different depending on the clients. So we have two ways that brands work with us, and we're totally agnostic. It's up to the brand. We'll approach an agency, we'll speak to the brand leads at the agency, and we'll explain what we're capable of from a contextual targeting perspective. But also in our machine, in our technology that we call ViewIQ, we also have a buying algorithm and buying technology that can help an agency, a brand, get the best possible performance out of YouTube. CPV, CPM, VTR, other performance KPI, we can help them get the best possible performance. So we explain that along with our brand suitability, contextual targeting, and then the agency can choose to either be hands-on keyboard, where they're buying themselves through DV360 or Google Ads. Those are the two ways of buying YouTube for an agency. They can do that themselves, and we'll supply the data to help them. Or if they want us to guarantee them an outcome and do it ourselves with our buying technology, we can do that too. So we can guarantee them the CPV, CPM, as well as the brand suitability. We take the risk, and then we manage the whole process through guaranteed outcome. So that's how the process would work through an agency or direct to a client.
So Jed, tell us what opportunities exist beyond YouTube, where that might be going, and sort of the opportunities for your company in terms of the technology you have, and changes that are going on, with contextual targeting vis-a-vis the elimination of third-party cookies, Apple's IDFA, et cetera.
Sure. So right now, we definitely have plenty of green field with YouTube. YouTube is the video leader in the world and will be for a long, long time. And again, 20 to 30 million channels and creators, 500 hours being published every minute on YouTube. So there's plenty of content that our technology can help understand and help brands and agencies to perform and be contextually aligned and suitable. So that is our focus. However, CTV, OTT, the rise of other platforms, certainly there are great other platforms out there now. We're looking at all of those. We're in the process of betaing some of those, and we'll most likely have announcements in the future. However, YouTube is just a wonderful partner with an incredible business. Tens of billions of dollars run through YouTube. So that's certainly our focus. Now, you mentioned with the issues with cookies, I can go back really beyond that a bit, Andy. Contextual targeting was the way when I grew up in the industry and with magazines, the magazine topic defined the audience, and then adjacencies were huge, selling advertisers key adjacencies to help synergize with their ad message. And then the rise of the platforms basically said content is no longer king. It's all about interest level, demographic, and audience. And that's where the world went. Then brand safety challenge happened massively, like whopping brand safety challenges across the board. And then they were fixed, then they weren't fixed. And then it gets complicated because every brand defines safety differently, which is what suitability is. Some brands are okay with a little profanity, some are not. Some are okay reaching children, some absolutely cannot. And I can give you myriad examples of dozens of different differentiations, if not hundreds. And so suitability became a real thing, even though the world went to an audience targeting world. And so what the safety world, the safety craze has done is it has shined a light that content is still king. However, the marketing world, true to itself over years, likes to do one thing and not necessarily two, and the pendulum swings. So when it swung to audience, it really swung to audience. And content didn't matter as much, thus brand safety, brand suitability issues. And it shouldn't swing all the way back and say it's only about content. The key is both. The key is audience is vital, and interest level behavior, that's all vital, and contextual relevance and suitability is all vital. And with cookie changes and privacy changes, contextual targeting picks up an enormous amount of that slack, and that what is being lost from a targeting perspective, the contextual targeting can buttress that and can ensure that brands and agencies can target just as well using the audience targeting they're still capable of, registration, first-party data, and other targeting, as well as contextual, to make sure they're still synergistically aligned with the content for their brands, they perform well, they're safe and suitable.